It's been about 6 months or so since I talked about cosmic characters. There was a period there where I was talking about cosmic character felt like every single video, right? I was focused on these first appearances and first full appearances. And the reason that I was doing it was really a couple of reasons. One, I'm really interested in cosmic characters and have been for a very long time. Second, I feel that the MCU is going to go towards cosmic characters in its next iteration, the next phase. And you know, if I'm interested in these characters and I'm going to buy these books that these characters appear in, then I want to be ahead of that curve. I don't want to be playing catch up and be paying more money for these books than I have to. So I was really on a tear with getting these books, making sure that I had them, and then also creating the videos. So we talked about Adam Warlock, the Living Tribunal, the Celestials, Gladiator, the Silver Surfer, Eternity, Galactus, like the list goes on and on, the number of characters that we touched upon when I was really focused on like that series, if you will. And I got away from it. And I had several people reach out to me kind of asking the question of, are you going to get back to these cosmic characters? What about this character? What about that character? What's your opinion of this one? And I was hesitant to talk about those characters because I wanted to just do something different. But someone sent me an A-OK. And it was an A-OK that kind of blew my mind. This person that sent it to me had been talking to me for weeks about this character, and I had never heard of the character before. And so I did a little bit of research and I was like, this origin is a little convoluted. It's not very clean. I don't know about this character. But then they sent me the A-OK and I read the book and my mind was blown. This character is super, super powerful. And I'm going to talk about this character. I want to talk about it not in this video, but very soon, because I want to do a little bit more research. I want to get a couple more books and really be able to wrap my mind around this thing and be able to present this character to you guys in the proper format. But what I am going to do in this video is I'm going to get to at least one other character that was already in the queue that I was going to talk about before, but then kind of put on the back burner. So we're going to dig into that. And I think we are about to go deep into cosmic characters one more time, because again, this character that I was introduced to has really ignited something in me. So I hope that you guys enjoy not just this video, but the videos to come. Stay tuned. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, we are going to jump back into the cosmic characters. I got away from it for a little while, but we are back, and we are back with a vengeance. And we are going to start off with a character that has somewhat perplexed me. And he's perplexed me for a couple of reasons. One, he has been retconned at least 3 to 4 times that I was able to figure out. And we are going to focus on his first kind of appearance and iteration, not necessarily the retcon versions of him. We may get to that in a later video, but his original presentation is my favorite. And so we're going to focus there. But what also made his first appearance / first full appearance a little complex is how he shows up and how he changes and ultimately where he finishes. So let me tell you who this character is. It is the Beyonder. And you guys have heard me talk about the Beyonder kind of sort of previously. And it was around the time I was talking about the color variant going on with this issue right here. This is Marvel Superhero Secret Wars #1. And this is actually where the Beyonder first appears. Now, what makes this interesting, let's use that word, we'll use that word. What makes it interesting is that when he appears in this book, he appears as a rift in space, as an energy rift, right? So no actual physical form versus an entity that appears, out of nowhere. And he also never really says, I am the Beyonder. I think he says, I am from beyond. And Galactus basically calls him the Beyonder. That's kind of where his name comes from. So he doesn't take physical form, and he never really comes out and says, I am the Beyonder, you know, like I am him, you know. So that part is a little interesting, but let's just say that is his first appearance, right? As an energy rift in space, right? Then my next challenge was, what is his first full appearance? And we kind of define a first full appearance as when that character shows up on the cover and then appears throughout the book. That's like the definition that I've come to accept for a first full appearance. So I started doing some research and I started asking some people like what they think. And so this is what's interesting. He appears on the cover of Secret Wars 2, #1. But he appears as a shadow. So is this his first full appearance? I don't know. I still struggle with that. So if you fast forward to issue #2, Secret Wars issue #2, he actually appears here in a form, as a physical form, actually on the cover. The problem is that this is just an iteration of him. He actually appears, I think it was in this issue, as an amalgamation of various characters. He doesn't really, because he's energy, he can assume the physical presence of whatever he chooses. And so he chooses, I think in this issue, to be an amalgamation of various characters and people that he's been exposed to. So I don't know if this is the first full appearance. Maybe it's issue #3, where he actually, you know, has a physical form and also appears on the cover. And I think it was either the issue 2 or issue 3, I can't recall, where he actually goes from, I think, a blonde to having dark hair, dark curly hair. It's very confusing as to what his first appearance is and what his first full appearance. But I think somewhere between these 4 books, we have our answer, right? And I think it just depends upon how you choose to look at it. I just noticed the awesome shoulder pads on this one. This is one of the iterations that he took on when he had blonde hair. But anyway, so the Beyonder is beyond confusing, if you ask me. But he honestly is an interesting character that I think that this iteration of him is probably my favorite iteration of him. Some of the retcons were better than others, but I think this original interpretation of who he was and this original introduction is probably my favorite. So again, all of these books I do believe are relatively inexpensive books. So pick them up if you can. If they go up in value, great. If they don't, you'll enjoy reading an awesome story or awesome set of stories, because I guess it's 2 different series. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and stay tuned, like I said, for some additional videos about these amazing cosmic characters. Thanks for watching.